welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. I'm Kat. I thought about doing it by myself tonight, but I don't have the lights, and it would be rude. So, on my left...
Hello, I'm Cora. I got dragged in here.
She's being held hostage against her will.
I am.
There's a shout out to the comments section from one of our shorts.
Am I the one being held hostage? We need to know who's being held hostage.
It's got to be your cast that right?
Like it on me. Anyway.
And then behind the board, making us look even hotter than we already are.
Not sponsored.
Hey!
I don't even like Bud Light.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Jason.
Yes.
What did the vampire say to the bartender?
Oh.
What?
I have a guess.
I'll have a Blood Light.
I'm actually going to see if I can parrot that joke. Oh my god, that's... It's sad that the audio recorded that. Anyway.
It's sad that our technology works.
I was hoping for a bug right there. I hope we have all of our audio issues worked out too. Anyway, it was a good day to have an equality beat, even though it's watery.
You can't be like, I'm supporting this because they're supporting this community, and then be like, it sucks and I hate it.
I don't hate it. I've had worse beer, you know. I remember when tequila was a thing.
I don't.
You don't even want to know. Anyway.
No, I don't. If it's worse than Bud Light.
There's not a lot that's straight girly about me. Like, really girl. I don't like beer. I like the hard
I'm picky about it. Anyway.
Give me a free cocktail.
Send us free cocktails to the studio. We'll totally give out Jason's address for free cocktails.
I absolutely will take free booze. There's a distillery down the street that Cora and I discovered. So if you're looking to sponsor us,
wait, which one?
Lockwood Distillery that was down there by the Monkey King.
Yeah.
Yes, we discovered a noodle place, but then I was also like, oh, there's a distillery right next door to it. So.
I didn't even pay attention to the distillery. I got excited about noodles.
Coming up.
Noodles and bubble tea, baby.
Anyway.
How's everybody's week been?
Oh, man. What a week it's been as far as like, okay, let's just talk about how jam-packed this week is. Mario Brothers movie opened up yesterday to a really good opening.
Really solid already. Illumination, second best animated, I think, premiere.
That was opening day. We still don't have a box office for the weekend. Yeah. Saw D&D this Sunday.
Was it good?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That movie was written by a D&D nerd.
Okay, good.
But we had that snuck up on us.
Okay, so I know you went to see it with your family, right?
Yes.
And there are members of your family that haven't played or don't play much D&D. Did they also enjoy it?
Absolutely.
Good.
Okay.
The characters were great. The story was a D&D story. It felt like someone wrote a D&D movie. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, and everybody did as well.
That's cool.
It was great. I'll go watch it again. But also this week for trailers, Blue Beetle. Did anybody see the Blue Beetle trailer?
I saw that there was one, like, when I was getting ready today.
Looks fantastic. Another trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Into the Spider-Verse? Yes. So
yeah.
Woo!
Final trailer for the horror movie. What's the one that's the
Evil
scary one? Yeah. Final
and
trailer for that.
Necronomicon.
I would totally attend Necronomicon.
Necronomicon 2023 or both.
No, I can't even say what it is for real. The Necronomicon. God. Showing up. That movie disturbs me so much.
That I love that they're diving all the way into it with the like posters that are like "Come to Mommy" with the yeah. I'm like, yes.
This movie is not okay, and I'm so ready for it.
Yeah.
I already know it's gonna be. Oh boy! But let's go. Let's go.
You haven't talked about the greatest trailer that released this week, though.
Is it something I've heard of?
Oh,
Probably
no.
not.
It's the Barbie trailer.
I did not know there was a trailer out for it.
It is so good. It is giving me exactly what I want, and has already told me that this movie is
dark.
No, that this movie is exactly what you want. It is campy. It is Barbie pink everywhere, and it is goofy. Like, there's nothing serious about this trailer, and that's what I want. There's nothing serious being shown to me, and this is what I'm here for with Barbie. And if you know your Barbie lore, there's lots of stuff in there, which is really weird to say that there's Barbie lore.
I don't know any Barbie lore.
Well, like, I think my favorite tidbit is men are getting angry because all of the boys are just Ken, except for Alan, I think it is. The one character that's Alan, who's Ken's best friend.
Isn't that canon? Isn't that...
Yeah. But they're mad about it. He's like, why does Barbie get to be like a president and everything? I'm like, because she's Barbie and Ken is her accessory.
Yeah, people were actually a little like, there was also a comment from this, I guess they, amplifying dumbass voices, saying that Princess Peach's depiction in the Mario Brothers movie, she's too feminist. This is what creates feminists, and women don't do things like this. And it's, and also, it was from a female right-wing commentator.
What, she's too feminist?
Yeah, to which I asked ladies on the panel, what is the girl name for Uncle Tom? Just curious. Asking for a friend.
I mean, I'm not allowed to say those words.
Okay, then I won't say it.
No, at least not on camera.
Said, anyway, just like, wow, way to stab way to stab your fellow women in the back. And also, yes, Princess Peach actually has been. Yes, the first game, we had to rescue her. But she was a playable character in 2.
Yeah, she was the only character I would play as in Super Mario 2.
But most importantly,
she could fly.
Yes.
But most importantly, I also can't eat a mushroom and grow to twice my size, or hold a star and be invincible for roughly 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I can't shoot fireballs out of my hand. Or
get a raccoon suit and petrify yourself.
I can get the raccoon suit. I just can't fly, and
or that one. That's the feather, though. The tail with the feather. The whole suit.
That's the Tanuki suit.
Yeah.
You can fly with the Tanuki suit.
You can float downwards. You can't fly.
You couldn't fly like with the ears. Man, it's been a while since I played.
No, you had to get in Super Mario World. You had to get the feather.
Yeah, to
get the cape, and you could fly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember being able to fly with the Tanuki suit. But
I seem to remember you could fly with the Tanuki suit. Well,
I think you could in Super Mario 3, but not Super Mario 1, where you could get it, but it just petrified you.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
I'd have to go back and play the game, which is a good excuse to play the game.
Yeah.
Either way, the Barbie trailer is great, and after the show, you should go watch it because it's really fun. And while they are not going to be using Aqua's song "Barbie Girl," which is fair.
Wasted opportunity.
No. I understand why though.
Okay.
Mattel sued the shit out of them.
Oh yeah, they did.
And then they had to retract it or something. Do you think Mattel, even if Mattel came up to them with a giant bag of money, do you think Aqua would?
I feel like in the boardroom, somebody not knowing the story behind that got smacked for suggesting it. What if we use the Barbie song?
Like that intern meme where it's just sitting there like.
Now, if they do end up using it, I don't want it in any of the marketing. I want to find out on my own.
Oh, yeah, because you'd be so happy.
I just have zero interest in the Barbie movie.
I mean, Ryan Gosling is the perfect Ken, and there's also...
I mean, I don't even have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I just have no interest in it. Someone's going to force me to go see this one.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Oh, God, here we go.
Here's what we're going to do.
Here we go.
You, me, and Cass, and Mia...
Mm-hmm.
The 4 of us, we're going to wear something pink. We're going to put him in a polo shirt. And we're
the hell you will.
And we'll drag him to the Barbie
I'm sorry,
movie.
did you want to wear pink instead?
I don't even own a polo shirt.
We'll put a pink ribbon in his hair.
Because they look dorky.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no. With your build, it would look pretty dorky.
You.
We'll put you in a jean vest instead.
Well, just give me a sweater to tie.
Yeah.
No. I don't even know how they don't tie it. They do some weird. I don't want to do it anyway.
Oh, come on, Ken.
I mean, if we're going to do it, then you have to wear something crazy because me in bright pink, I mean, it does happen. I can rock bright pink, by the way.
Just not go.
You would make Mia very unhappy if you didn't go.
If they're dragging me, they're dragging you. That's what I'm saying.
I'll make y'all a deal.
Okay.
I'll make you a deal. If you can on one of our social media pages get 20 people to say Jason should go to see the Barbie movie, I'll do it. If you can get 20, if y'all can convince on either one of our social media apps, why am I making this
You
bet?
vastly underestimate how much people would love to.
All right, it's been made. We're doing it.
Yeah.
No, wait.
All right. Anyways, you know what we should do? We should talk about the news now.
Yeah, let's kick it off. Kick it off 20 minutes of the show with some super cool nerd news.
All right, we're going to open up this show talking about indie animation. Is this because I am a little bit obsessed with the trailer I'm about to talk about? Yes, actually. Or not trailer, but show. So if you were around the internet in like 2006 and onward, you probably came across the webcomic Lackadaisy. Lackadaisy is set in 1927, I believe. You have anthropomorphic cats going through Prohibition in St. Louis.
Cool.
That's the base premise. There's so much more to it, but that's your base premise. It's beautifully drawn, and now we have a pilot. The creator for Lackadaisy has decided in 2020-ish, right before pandemic struck, to start a Kickstarter to create this pilot. It got greenlit. She sought out artists and animators, voice actors. They all got together and they released this beautiful labor of love as of last week. This video already has 5 million views. It's not even been out a week, or it's barely been out a week. The animation is some of the most gorgeous animation I have ever seen in something like this. The only thing that comes close is maybe Vivipop's animations. Maybe. The way that it's animated is very different, obviously, because it's a different creator. But it works. None of the characters feel out of place in this universe, but they all have such a very distinct style that you don't get them mixed up with each other. There's a beautiful vocal cast on this as well. The music is gorgeous. There is nothing negative I have about this. I've watched it like 3 times now. If you haven't given it a watch, go give it a watch. It's 23 minutes of just beautiful, stunning animation.
Can we talk a little bit about the Kickstarter that launched this?
Yes, we can.
Their original goal for this was $85,000, which I'm going to just go ahead and say shattered with $330,000 pledged this, 5,957 backers. Woo!
And at least one of those backers became an animator on the show.
Yeah, we got Tracy Butler and Fable Siegel are the creator, and Fable is the production manager. Mm-hmm. Voice cast, we've got Michael Kovac, Rochelber Rusabe, Lisa Reimhold, Ash Wagner, and Sungwon Chong.
Pro
Sung
ZD.
Chong, yeah.
Yeah. Pro ZD.
He makes shorts on YouTube. Back in the day, this guy was one of the creators really breaking out.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the fans came for this. They heard the call.
Yeah. Just even the early art in like 2006 was stunning. It had sepia tones. Like it looked like it was like pencil drawn, because it was. She drew every panel by hand, penciled, and then she came in with sepia tones to shade it.
Amazing.
Yeah, if you want, I can send you like something real quick with like the old art or the original art.
So you said how many views does this have? It dropped March 31st.
Yes, and it has 5 million views.
Good on them.
Yeah, like YouTube is seeing this beautiful like resurgence of animation from independent creators, like there's a lot that's coming out. And like I didn't know this, but YouTube used to have like a program where they would pay creators to make stuff specifically, not just like you get a salary from YouTube, but they had like a grant system kind of thing.
Oh wow.
But they retracted it for some reason. Bring it back, please. Pay these people some good money to make more of this. I want more of this. I want to see what other people have.
I like that the fans are still supporting the. When is the rest of the show coming out? Like, what's the schedule?
We don't know. We just know that this is a pilot, and that's what the Kickstarter was for. It was just a pilot. We don't know if we're going to get more from Lackadaisy.
I mean, we're going to get more if there's 5 million.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's going to option that.
Oh, yeah. And man, I would pay a lot of money to get more.
That is awesome.
Yes. So again, be sure to check it out. All you have to do is look up Lackadaisy pilot and it will be at the very top. Go give it a watch. But after this.
Cool. Speaking of TV news, there was an interview this week with Donald Glover, infamous for playing Troy in Community all those years ago. He interviewed with GQ this last week and confirmed that he is on board for apparently a Community movie project that they're supposed to start shooting very soon. He joins, I think everybody in the original cast has signed on. I don't know about Chevy Chase. And except Nicole Yvette Brown, we don't know if she's confirmed yet. Everybody else is signed on. Apparently they're supposed to start shooting soon. So I'm really excited about it. I love Community. I love Troy and Abed in the morning. I love, yes, that show. Did you guys watch Community?
I did not.
It was on around the same time that like Parks and Rec was on.
I didn't. I did see the one animated episode they did with G.I. Joe because it was G.I. Joe.
Of course.
Admittedly, yeah, I that's why I watched it.
I mean, to be honest, I watched the pilot or the first couple episodes maybe like 2 or 3 different times and couldn't get into it. And then just one time it just hit its stride while I was watching or something. And then I loved it from then on. It wasn't the easiest show to get into maybe, but like it's a lot of fun. I hope they bring that same kind of goofy energy back to a movie, which would make it, I think, 6 seasons in a movie that they had. And it kind of popularized that phrase, actually.
And weirdly, it was this show came out when I was in community college, which was just
really?
I found to be very ironic.
Oh, that's fun.
And I never got into it. And but anyway,
it's too meta.
My favorite like little bit from it is around the time the whole Donald Glover should be Spider-Man thing. They were shooting, I think, season 2 or something. And he's wearing Spider-Man pajamas in the pilot of season 2 as a specific callback to that internet stuff.
Great.
And I'm like, that's dope.
I love that.
That makes me laugh. But yeah, no news about when the movie is. He just said they're going to start soon. So no idea when it's coming out. He said he hasn't seen the script yet, but also the Dan Harmon used to give them scripts day of sometimes. So, yeah. That's all I've got on Community. Jason, do you have any TV news?
I actually do have some TV news. Hang on, let me get my camera up here. So, I love wrestling. Always been a wrestling fan. These days, there's a lot to feed from. We got AEW, Ring of Honor, even though they're kind of both owned by AEW. And I fell off WWE because I honestly hate Vince McMahon and everything that he's done. It kind of, and honestly, his style of storytelling, I think I didn't want to see anymore. Well, this past weekend was WrestleMania, a 2-night event, and the first night of WrestleMania was awesome, I will admit. And this night 2 was absolutely not. Night 2 was crap. And yes, who I wanted to win did not happen. That's all, whatever, personal fan experience. But the reason that night 1 and night 2 were so significantly different is because Vince McMahon, after being ousted for the company for spending a lot of money to cover up a bunch of trysts, came back. He said, "Oh, just for the sale. Oh, just to help with." He's back in control. WWE Monday after WrestleMania was sold to Endeavor, which are the owners of UFC. Ironic that this happened because WWE could have bought UFC back in the day, and that decision did not happen. The deal is, let's see, UFC, hold on, I'm sorry. Endeavor will have a 51% stake in the new company, and existing WWE will form the rest at 49%. They're also going to be creating a new company that both brands will be followed under. 6 board members from Endeavor, 5 from WWE, and the New York Stock Exchange ticker symbol is going to be a TKO. Here is the issue. They're already under investigation. Yes.
What?
Yes, because Vince actually became an employee of the company again last week, and now is fully back in control. Which, to give you an idea of what a Vince McMahon show is like, in 3 hours of Raw, the next night after WrestleMania, in 3 hours, and Cora was able to guess this number, how much actual wrestling was on the show. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I did not want to be right.
30 minutes. So, the investigation into this has been opened up. A law firm, Ademi LLP, has issued a press release announcing they were initiating their own investigation into the sale, looking for possible breaches of fiduciary duty and other violations of the law. They are certain WWE stock is being valued too low in the merger, but also the transaction agreement unreasonably limits competing bids for WWE while imposing a significant penalty if WWE accepts a superior bid. A lot of this is Vince wanted to sell. At the time, he was not in control. If I can't have it, no one can, which actually was weirdly was a storyline in WWE back in the day. What does this mean? But anyway, that investigation will happen. Whatever happens, it bears fruit. But what does this mean for WWE? Well, a number of wrestlers were rehired under Triple H, and they are now probably scared that their jobs are about to be lost again because they were fired by Vince McMahon. Another rumor that wrestler Bayley has actually walked from the company, much like her best friend and fellow performer Sasha Banks did a few months ago. I can only say, hey, I like Bayley. I hope she does whatever is best for her career. But my heart does go out to these wrestlers who suddenly had a great environment to work in, and that was all yanked from under them like a cheap rug. I don't know if I can go back to a Vince McMahon era of wrestling because I've had it good under Triple H. And everyone started doing other things while I was... So
No. I'm 100% with you. Vince McMahon is the devil. They're your employees. You're not just a villain on the show. You're a villain in real life. You have not taken care of these wrestlers. You have not given them their dues. It's why I stopped watching. It was him back in the day.
It starts to make sense a couple months ago when Stephanie McMahon walked away from the board.
Yeah.
Suddenly. And this was probably why. Well, also, Vince had a clause in his contract where basically... all of you unanimously decided to get rid of me. Well, I can void that. And I'm going to fire the 3 of y'all for doing that. And, of course, Stephanie leaving. Endeavor has actually expressed interest and they want Stephanie to come back because talent really likes her. Mm-hmm. She was, everyone feels more comfortable around her. So it will probably ease some of the tension they're feeling backstage. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is Vince McMahon's show. And he's going to do whatever he wants to do, despite whatever the crowd is telling him. But the last bit of my story is what the crowd is telling him.
What did they do? Because it's a live mic'd event.
So they recently had a live stream where they were talking to wrestler Gunther, and the chat just started saying, "Fire Vince." All the way. Like, it was ridiculous the way it was scrolling through. The next night on NXT, which also is a live taping, a chant was started, "Fire Vince." And it was confirmed by the person that said, "I started the chant." And notices have gone out over Twitter and a bunch of other wrestling forums of people attending the show on SmackDown on Friday to start the chant all through the show.
You know what this reminds
Fire
me
Vince.
of? This reminds me of when, what's his name? Rowdy Rhodes or whatever, they tried to make him a good guy for so long, and fans just weren't having it, and they would chant.
Roman Reigns. Reigns.
Yeah.
And they chanted like asshole for like 8 minutes during a live taping one time.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
If there's one thing the WWE audience, like if they get loud enough, like with Daniel Bryan, they literally would not stop chanting yes, yes, yes until they put that man front and center. So,
and the divas, like women's wrestling, highlighting some of the matches would never have happened without fans being like, come on.
They cut women's matches on Monday night, by the way. But
of course they did.
Apparently, and after the announcement of this, it was announced by WWE, Triple H will be beginning the show with a statement, which more talking, less wrestling, not good. So we'll see where that goes, but the people are speaking. And if that whole show is fire Vince, I'm watching it. I was not going to watch SmackDown. I am now.
I mean, I have to check it out because I want to see this.
Because like the census is chanting, it's going to be fire Vince for the full 2 hours of the show.
And
thank you for bringing up that 8 minutes. They booed and cussed Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they said Roman sucks. They said asshole.
Worst thing.
Like,
I mean, it was beautiful.
And he was supposed to be a hero.
At 8
just
minutes,
didn't like
I would
him.
at least need a beverage or something to keep going with that kind of hate. So
I love the asshole.
Man, and he sat there and took it. You know, he took that whole thing.
He's a good-looking dude too.
Oh, he really is.
Vince, there's no way Vince is going to come out on that stage if there's even the threat of his ego being hurt in any way, shape, or form.
I think he tells himself that, but it's hard with Fire Vince. That's not part of the storyline. That's just your real life.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
But we've had it good. We have drank from the trough and it's clean and it tastes great. I don't want to go back. I don't. I've gotten a sample of what that's like and I was like, ooh, I hate this show. This is why I stopped watching wrestling.
You know what? They need to find a way to give him an out that will make him feel like his dignity is protected. I don't give a crap about his dignity, but I think it's the only way you're going to like be able to get him to be quiet and sit down.
Snap like both of his quads did. Also, AEW fans are still the champion of signs and comments. Cody Rhodes, who came back to WWE recently and had the big match against Roman, did lose in his bid for the world title. And on AEW, they focused on one sign that said, LMAO wrote Cody. Also, someone threw a rubber chicken in the ring when he...
Nice. I love it.
There's an artist at Twilight Palms on Twitter. She drew some very good artwork depicting that chicken in the ring with Cody like in the Yamcha pose.
We actually saw Cody Rhodes live at a panel for Arrow a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, because Stephen Amell was doing his whole like brief stint into wrestling and he interrupted a panel with yeah, it was great. It was
Did my
dope.
story go that long? I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's fine.
But anyway, we'll see. I'm watching SmackDown tomorrow just to see what happens. So
yeah, when is it on? Where is it on?
that's 7 p.m. on Fox.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. Cora, do you have other TV stuff?
TV, no.
I have one more TV story, and I'm kind of excited about it. They are doing speaking of throwbacks to the mid-2000s-ish, there is going to be a 6-part mini-series about the Pirate Bay. You guys remember the Pirate Bay?
I don't know anything about Pirate Bay.
I was wondering why that was in our chat.
Yeah. Like,
what about Pirate Bay?
Like, nobody's ever heard of this. The Pirate Bay thing, whatever that
Absolutely.
is, of course.
What is that thing that you speak of?
It's the heyday, especially for like TV shows and movies. This is really the first one to foray a lot into pirating a lot of content. And their story, what I know about it, is kind of crazy. There was a lot of moving the website around to servers in different countries after intellectual property people came after them, and the people who founded it, there are 3 founders of it who are, I don't have, yes, Peterson, Frederick Nige, and Gottfried Swordholm. They were anti-copyright activists. They weren't just like buddies who wanted to share things. They're very intentional about that. Anyway, so the series is pitched as like Hollywood versus these three guys. And they said there's a lot of quick cuts from like Hollywood boardrooms to these three guys, like in garages and server rooms, and a lot of contrast and a lot. I don't know. It just sounds like a dope miniseries.
Oh yeah, like if nothing else, this just sounds like the best way to tell their story and for us to learn about like everything.
And it's the studio that did Midsommar, which is kind of random. But it's Be Real Films, and also has an option for another studio picked it up to do the worldwide rights. So presumably you can stream it legally all over the world.
As someone that's never heard of this Pirate Bay thing, I'd be interested in watching this.
It's been described as a full-throttle journey infused with paranoia, humor, and deadly serious technical, emotional, and political challenges. And I'm just all the way on board for this.
What's it going to be on?
It doesn't... We don't know exactly how.
Okay.
But the Cannes Film Festival on the 17th, they're supposed to talk about it at least.
It's ironic that the Pirate Bay is going to be in Cannes.
I know.
Yeah, right?
Will it be on the Pirate Bay?
Dude, the original Pirate Bay come in there and the whole room just goes quiet. People just like, y'all ripped us off.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but mostly it was like the big guys. The big guys. I'm really interested to see it. I don't know a ton about their real story, but like I remember reading on websites back then about some of the stuff that was going on, and I know it got crazy. So, yeah.
Some movie exec just comes out and Tanya Harding's one of them. Yes, that was a verb.
You know?
They get Tanya. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I definitely want to see this. I was like, why is she bringing up Pirate? I was with you, like, Pirate Bay.
Yeah, we send in photos, no context.
Yes,
to
we
our
don't
chat.
know, because we don't want to know until...
Yeah, we want to talk about it live, and obviously that was one of mine. Anybody else have anything in TV?
I have a movie, but I don't have TV.
Mine is two toy news, actually.
Movie news.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I want you all to join me at a rundown haunted pizza parlor on a specific day. And that specific day is October 27th. That's right. Five Nights at Freddy's.
I saw this image.
It will be coming out for streaming on Peacock and in theaters on October 27th of this year. So this fall.
I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I mean...
I have to up my Peacock membership now.
I mean, we've got animatronics being built by the Jim Henson Workshop, which already just tells me that I'm going to have nightmares. They're really good at what they do. It's from Universal and Blumhouse. Like, I told myself for years that I didn't care about this franchise. I do. I want to go. The only thing that has me a little tripped up is on the poster we see Freddy holding a little boy's hand. Mm-hmm. And that could mean one of two things. It could either mean that they're going to go like a security breach route where Freddy is trying to help the kid escape, or this kid is the soul that's in the Freddy suit that is going to, come and kill whoever the security guard is. Which I'm really honestly hoping for the latter, because I want to be scared. Security breach is fun. I want to be scared the whole time. I want to come home with the same nightmares I had watching people play the first game.
I'm excited about it, although I haven't really been a huge player of the games or anything. It's had a lot of different heydays, but one of its heydays was in around 2016, and I was in Korea and then Japan in 2016. And we went to something in Tokyo called the Robot Restaurant. It's kind of world famous and whatever. They were doing a Five Nights at Freddy's, like one of their kind of in-between storylines. So they had the animatronics. Ooh. And they were scary. And ever since then, I've been like, yeah, I want to watch a fiction play out in front of me with this. This looks fun.
Yeah. I, like, because, like, the premise of the first couple of games are pretty simple. It's just survive these unending amount of jump scares from creepy animatronics. And really, that sets itself up real nicely, like, primo nice for a horror movie. For like survival horror, because people are already uncomfortable around animatronics. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I've never been super kosher on like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. They've always scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, they're tight, especially if you have like coulrophobia, like that kind of instincts. You don't tend to like them. They're not my favorite puppets. Yeah. And
I feel nothing.
I can.
We'll film your face during the movie.
Yeah. We still have the playthrough that y'all did for the fourth game that I told y'all not to play. And you did
not
it.
Anymore.
Uh-huh.
I'm a master of killing information.
They had, I believe Foxy jumped out, and 3 men in a dark room screaming as they turned off the game.
We didn't turn the game off.
I'm so sorry.
We just freaked out at the moment.
You did end up turning the game off quickly, though.
But yeah, October 27th, right?
October 27th. So you'll have the chance to see it in theaters or on Peacock.
Okay, so just because it's a good transition and a quick hit, I also have a video game into a movie news thing. Ooh. But don't be excited about it. Oh. They have announced that 2 Jason Momoa movies are coming out, and my favorite of these announcements was the live-action Minecraft film.
What?
Is coming out April 4th, 2025. They're making a live-action Minecraft film, and Jason Momoa's in it. That's really just about all we know. Yeah.
I have so many questions. There's no answers for them, but...
It previously had Sean Levy and Rob McElhenney attached to it and was scheduled for 2022. So, like, this movie's going to be bad, right? Like,
I mean, Jason Momoa's too hot for this movie.
Yeah.
We need, like, Michael Cera as the main character. No hate, Michael Cera. I love you to pieces.
Very good at what you do.
You're very good.
You're just not too hot for Minecraft.
You have the vibe for Minecraft. Jason Momoa really does.
Well, and something else I thought was interesting that had, like, the energy a little bit more of Minecraft is it supposedly has Napoleon Dynamite director Jared Hess on board, that makes more sense to me.
That does make more sense, but I do have the one question to Hollywood. Live action? Why?
You just hear, like, the noises of a spoon scraping the bottom of a barrel.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I hear. So yeah, look forward to that in 2025. That's all I've got for movie news. Toy news? Let's do toy news.
Sure. This is one that's near and dear to me. Last year, Hasbro made the pledge they were going to be removing plastics from their toy packaging in lieu of just solid cardboard packaging. Now, a couple of us toy collectors out there who are familiar with something called fig swapping, were instantly like, that's going to be bad. And sure as shit it was. I myself actually felt for this because someone sent me a Red Skull figure from Amazon that had been resealed and no action figure was inside, but silicone that had been shaped in the form of an action figure. I was so pissed off. Well, Hasbro has made an announcement. We want to share an update on packaging for Hasbro 6-inch scale figures. Oh, wait, actually, my example here, I came with visual aids. So former Marvel Legends packaging. Look, I can see the figure inside. It's Legion. It's a sucky character, but you get the point. Actually, I bought 2 of these. I don't know why. Versus this one. You know what's inside of this box? Nothing. Which is exactly what some people were putting on shelves. So,
not you though. You got from Amazon like a gooey
No, I could tell that the package actually had been retaped, and I was like, no. So, granted, Amazon refunded my money and sent me a package, but sent me a figure. But
still, you're asking for that with the packaging.
So Hasbro's PR team did announce we want to share an update on packaging for Hasbro's 6-inch scale figures. Based on your feedback, fans' feedback was really ugly on this one. Oh boy, there are so many images of people opening up things and finding the wrong fig inside. It will piss you off. Based on your feedback, we'll be reintroducing windows and blisters to our 6-inch fan figures beginning later this year into 2024 for select products across our portfolio of brands, including G.I. Joe Classified, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Star Wars Black Series, and Marvel Legends. This will eventually expand to all 6-inch figure releases. The new windows and blisters will be made from bio-PET or recycled PET to help us achieve our priority of meeting our fans' expectations for extraordinary packaging and superior design while still developing packaging that minimizes waste and the use of virgin plastic. Thank you again for being one of our biggest fans and for your continued support of Hasbro. So, yeah. I knew this wasn't going to last long.
Yeah.
Because of the rampant fig swapping. It was almost like you buy something, I wonder what I'm getting inside. It's like a prize box, that's just going to piss you off at the end.
Yeah, almost everything is not a prize. It's something also, you didn't want from.
The other thing, as a person that prolifically buys action figures, I stopped buying in store.
Ooh.
Because I'm sorry, either I'm opening it up right there or I'm inspecting it. I didn't stop buying everything in store, but I was less likely to buy in store, especially if I noticed a little bit of damage on the box or even look like this tape is absolutely not. And I know a lot of people were just opening things up right there, inspecting it, and then buying. I didn't want to go that far, but I called it. I said, when this happened, this is not going to last.
Yep.
It's not working.
I mean, with how bad people were with fig swapping to begin with, when there were windows on the packaging, of course it's going to get worse when you take that away.
And there's also the element that sometimes figures come from the factory. There are mistakes. There's paint swipes that are missing or damage to the figure that you are able to see. And I'll go I have looked through, let me find one with a good paint job, which we're not allowed to do anymore. It's just I got this. I'm kind of stuck with it now.
Yeah, it's just the most predictable thing to happen with that. And I think Hasbro was well, we're going to say we want to be environmentally friendly. So the first thing we're going to try is the cheapest possible way to go environmentally friendly. And they expected fans to just be okay, well, this is the environmentally friendly way to do it. Fans weren't fooled. You can do it, but do it better.
One thing that happened with me, I went into a Target, another one near here, and I found a whole line of this action figure. A series I was trying to get. All of them were retaped boxes. So I took all of them to the front and I was like, hey, can I show you something? To the clerk, and I opened up one and I was like, let's look and see what the box says. Open it up, wrong thing inside. Shocker. It's like a wrestling figure.
Yeah.
And and every one I opened up was the wrong thing. And she calls a manager over there. And this manager actually went, did you do this? And later, no, he got those off the floor. I was like, no, y'all technically did this. And just tried to tell them.
Yeah, I did this and then showed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she kind of came as things were happening, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, it's over. The experiment is over and done with. I understand the need to reduce plastic waste. Yes, of course, it's something I feel very passionate about. But also that's a figure made of plastic. So we're already kind of getting some plastic in there, but at least we're going to use some recycled plastic but the closed box thing, done. Didn't even last a year, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I think they knew that there were other ways to approach it. I immediately was I know they have clear recyclable stuff. You can still get clear straws that aren't made out of plastic. So, yeah, I'm glad they're doing the right thing, keeping their environmental commitments. But
even with some of their more collector lines, like this one is fully plastic bubble. You know, I would prefer this, honestly. Like, you don't even have to do the full cardboard thing. Do this.
Yeah. That's good for packaging waste
the whole
and all
thing
that.
And everything inside.
Yeah.
No fake swapping. Anyway.
Good. Glad they're updating their practices. Anybody else have toy news?
I mean,
no? Toy news?
I have sports.
I got one last one, but it's you really want to hear me just talk about another thing?
I mean, I would love to hear you, but let's break it up and circle back to it.
Go right ahead.
Yes, sports, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, let me cross out my sports stories.
Yeah.
The person with them always with a sports story.
Yeah.
Look,
As
when
long
you
as it's an animated form.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's exactly what this is.
Surprise!
So last time I talked about the Blue Lock tournament, it was the one that was being held in California. Well, now we have a date for the Blue Lock tournament being held here in Dallas. And that is this Saturday. So this Saturday at 8 p.m., you can, for free, come watch some people play soccer. You just have to sign up on Eventbrite. Otherwise, like, that's it. It's free. Just come on in.
Where is it?
It is actually going to be held here in Richardson.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah.
Where?
Hold on. Let me take a look here. Where does it say?
It's going to be at Jason's house.
Held at Crossbar in Richardson.
Do you know where that is?
No idea.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I'll find it though. Keep going.
But one of the things to like get y'all to come is several of the voice actors will be there because I mean the recording studio is literally in Flower Mound an hour from here. So
Yeah.
we have several of the voice actors, so they will be here for the tournament as well, so you can meet them, and it sounds like it's going to be fun.
Do you know whose voices are going to be? I mean, I'm not going to know. But
you will have to forgive me. I don't recognize who the characters are because I haven't watched a lot. But we have Rico Fajardo.
Ricardo Fajardo. We've talked to him.
Fajardo. He voices Isagi. We have Drew Breedlove as Bakira, whatever. Bryson Bogus, he voices Nagi. Alex Hom, who voices Kunigami, and Matthew Elkins, who voices Zentetsu.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've been to Eventbrite stuff that they've done before. They threw a pretty good show on.
Awesome. So
the Crossbar is actually a soccer bar here in Richardson.
That's even cooler. Oh my god.
Entry is free. Requires an RSVP. Let me see. Oh, as far as the bar itself, it is located at 1000 Hampshire Lane, Richardson, Texas 75080. Yeah, I didn't know there was a soccer bar.
I didn't either.
I didn't either, but I'm also not surprised. Dallas has just this big soccer I say fandom, but like that's not the right word, but it gets exactly across.
Presence.
Yeah, there's a huge soccer presence here, so it's not surprising, but it was like, oh, it's one that close? Kind of thing.
I don't know what a soccer bar is.
You play soccer and drink.
April 8th, 8 to 10 p.m. 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, so
Pretty
if you're a fan of sports anime and you just want to come hang out with a bunch of other nerds and be in the presence of soccer, because soccer is really fun to watch in person, I promise. It's really fun.
It is.
Come on down.
That's awesome.
And now I'll stop being the weird person that brings real sports to the nerd show.
It's kind of animated sports, so, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a nerdy take on real sports. I feel like it's not inappropriate to say here. I have one more story. It is not related to soccer, really. But anyway, so I wanted to warn all of you about something. Queer thirst traps in my video games. It's more likely than you think. Overwatch is releasing a new hero, Life Weaver. This is the prettiest person. And the voice actor actually is quite pretty as well.
Oh, no,
not to objectify or anything.
I haven't heard the voice.
But if fan posted content is accurate, from the voice lines and stuff that they have mined from this. There's an interaction between him and Baptiste, another one of the healers, where they kind of low-key plan a date. And there's a spray in the game that I love. That's I
have it up there.
It's that meme of the jealous girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was Zenyatta.
I don't think that quite captures the prettiness of
this. It really
So I actually found an image to add to, which, as an Overwatch player, let's talk about the stats.
He can do some insane stuff.
I've got his stat sheet up there with his powers. Well, at least the powers, not any stats or any numbers.
Yeah. They have, he's able to do some pretty impressive things. He can help kind of counteract some CC abilities, like crowd control stuff, like pulling people back from, like, if they've fallen. He has his ability to basically, like, grab his teammates. Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
I want to jump in real quick. I think my online community jumped in there when that happened, because there's something that people do in 14 where they use a move called Rescue, and it's supposed to be used to pull people out of bad stuff or, like, pull them closer to the group.
But it can mess up their abilities.
Oh, people will use it to pull people off of ledges and watch them die. And I've been hearing people have been doing that with him.
I think they're already kind of all over that. They have already confirmed that certain abilities by characters will null if he tries to grab them.
Yeah.
Not the abilities of the characters. His ability will nullify if he tries to grab, like, Mercy out of a res.
When are we expected to see this? Is he
April
live?
11th,
okay,
14th.
Because I'm looking at the abilities. We have Healing Blossom, hold to charge a Healing Burst, release to heal a targeted ally, Rapid Fire, a spread of projectiles with Thorn Volley, the Ultimate Tree of Life, a tree that instantly heals allies upon sprouting, continues healing periodically as it lives. That's a turtle right there. Like, no one's getting past. He's got pedal platform, throw a platform that springs upwards when stepped on, which, awesome. Rejuvenating dash. You can move and lightly heal yourself, of course, with life grip. And his passive is parting gift. On death, drop a gift that heals the first person, enemy or ally, to pick it up.
Enemy or ally. I love this, by the way.
Yeah, What are the healing numbers now? What are we talking here?
I don't care about Overwatch.
Oh,
you would care about this boy so deeply.
That's what I'm getting to. It's like I don't care about Overwatch. I don't care about Blizzard. I actively hate Blizzard currently right now.
For valid reasons.
Fair.
I really want to play him. I want to play with him.
Yeah, that's why I wanted this image too, because the mean trash did not capture. Look, even I'm like, this is a pretty man.
He is so pretty. They do have a short out with his origin story.
Yes.
You would love it. You should go watch it. It's like 3 minutes.
All of them.
Yes. They have done very well just traditionally, and this one is no exception. It's pretty. I think it does some really interesting stuff to the lore, specifically about, like, technology and about what the world needs. And I read a really interesting deep dive that I'm not going to go all the way into right now about what some of this lore means to the Omnics and how they see the world and all this stuff. But yeah.
It is also important to mention that Blizzard did straight up say he is pansexual. So he's, like, out the gate queer instead of them, like, adding it later.
Yeah.
Which, thank you on that one at least.
I mean, I feel like they have done pretty well with the diversity within Overwatch. That doesn't excuse them as a company from... But anyway, this boy is just a baby. Look at the baby.
I want...
open chest.
One of my friends plays Overwatch pretty frequently with her husband. Hi, Happy. And she sent me this man. She just sent this picture. And I believe my response was just key mashing because I didn't know how to respond.
I will say, like, I was in one of the Overwatch forums that I hang out in, and by the end of the first day that they had announced him and released all his short and all that, somebody Rule 34 checked one of the websites and there was already like 46 entries or something. It was something insane. Day one, people were like, yes. And that's all I'm going to say about that. We are coming close to the end of the show. Let's circle back to Jason's what other toy news do you have?
One thing, I love two things. I love Star Wars and I love Legos, and they have thankfully gotten together in the past few years and produced some beautiful babies. Now, one thing that I really love are the UCS sets. These are Ultimate Collector Series. And we've seen an X-Wing, we've seen several things. But my absolute favorite ship, the X-Wing fighter, will be represented in UCS form. This set is set to make its way to stores May 4th. Of course, you have to do something big for May 4th. This X-Wing will be about 2 feet long, 1,949 pieces, complete with a display stand. You can put the wings open or closed. VIP access to this, if you want it, if you're a Lego VIP, begins May 1st. But everyone else, we can only get this on May 4th, of course, in Lego stores. Now, take a deep breath.
Price point.
Yeah, what's that price point?
This retails at $239.99.
I mean, given the scale, how many pieces, and the mobility of it, that's fair. But ooh,
it's fair. It's a big hit, but it's fair.
They actually had a very cool little video presentation of this, and I'm just the whole time I start to see and just start making, I'll just say Cora noises, because like the same, it was the translation of what Cora was typing in that chat.
He's just key mashing, but vocally in real life.
So yeah, oh boy, it's there's also a couple other things that say are going to be released that day, but who cares about that? Big old X-Wing, and I'm considering, because that's pretty close to my birthday.
And it's so pretty. Here's the thing I'll say about Lego. Lego has never been like the cheapest toys that you can get. Even I grew up on Lego. We had like buckets in our garage that are full of Lego. We've used it in the past 5 years to make some D&D sets here and there, but it's never come super cheap, but they last forever. That was a high quality project.
It honestly was one of my favorite toys as a kid, because it did spark creativity. I made everything with Legos because we didn't have a lot of money and I had a lot of toys, but with Legos I could make whatever, which is one reason I love them. But honestly, Lego was in trouble back in the day, and when they started licensing with Star Wars is what really started bringing them to the forefront. Because they weren't doing so well when video games came out. But when they started adding in, hey, look, Lego X-Wing, everyone flocked to them. And Lego got back on top. And that's when we started seeing a lot more of the licensing with DC, Marvel.
They've innovated their way into staying very top of mind, very current. Like making Lego movies and video games, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it works.
But it's so cool.
And to think that, like I said, before they partnered with Star Wars, this company was actually not doing so well. But yeah, and I like that, they kind of go back to the well on Star Wars all the time. Like, we can make that set better. Like, I literally have 2 X-Wing sets in that closet over there. Actually, no, I have 3. But anyway.
You must have 4.
Okay, if I buy this thing, it's never coming apart. And it's going to become a piece of furniture as far as I'm concerned.
What? That goes against the whole nature of what you're just talking about. You just keep building with them.
The closet over there is packed anyway. That's why y'all never see that door open.
I've seen it open once.
I mean, I assumed that's what was happening in there.
Well, y'all don't even know what's in there. Anyway, so yeah, May the 4th, $240.
Does it say how many pieces it is?
Yes,
did you say
1,009. I'm sorry.
You did say it, I think. But
1,949. So it is not skimpy on the. But oh man, it's just such a good. I know all the really true Lego fanatics are just going crazy about
They're already starting to save their
Those
pennies.
are the ones that the UCS collectors are. They don't care. Those people don't care about price. They don't look at the price when they buy this thing.
They're like, good thing it's washable because I'm going to be drooling all over this.
You'll see them in there with fresh scars on their arms and giving plasma. They don't care.
I wonder if they're going to sell out. I wonder if this is going to become a thing that scalpers.
UCS, they usually make quite a bit. But the beauty of the beauty of Lego is they can always re-release something because it's just bricks.
I mean, the Millennium Falcon had stock issues for a while.
And now you can walk in and buy one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got $900 to spare.
900?
I believe the UCS Millennium Falcon is about $900.
I mean,
How
like,
big is that? Like,
It's freaking huge.
Okay.
it's really big, and it's so good looking when it's all put together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like they
Holy
made Star Destroyers, the AT-AT. Yeah, it's huge. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh yeah. Oh look, they got a deal on it actually on Amazon. $747.
I don't think my car's Blue Book value is still $1,000. It's an old beater. Anyway, well, yeah. So look forward to that on May the 4th or the 1st if you're a VIP member. That is the end of our stories and our show. Make sure to check us out on supercoolnerdshow.com and at SCNS Live everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the platforms. YouTube.
Check out last weekend's D&D session.
Yeah.
Our April Fool's Day episode, which is a lot of fun.
It was so fun.
Oh my
and
God,
it was so fun
so
rolling for the different characters you were going to be, kind of like cluing you in a little bit by little bit.
I'm so glad Cora got to be my character.
I was so excited.
I was so happy. I was so happy when I started describing Cass being your character, and you caught on right at what you're like, oh,
Yeah.
ooh. But yeah, a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And yeah, check out all our channels. If you want to read stories, keep up, definitely visit the website. You can find everything from there. But if you want to follow us individually, you can find me at BetterCat on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me at Corodono Art on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX.
And look forward to that post about Jason and his...
I don't understand that.
that post about Jason that will get him to come to the Barbie movie. And yeah, as we always like to say around here,
Keep on nerding.